Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Blacktown City FC and Manly United FC.
Yes, hello and welcome to Lilyholme Stadium for this afternoon's clash between Blacktown City FC and Manly United. It is third place taking on fifth place, and just 1 point separates the sides on the competition table. Every point is vital in the run home to the finals, and with a logjam forming below, 3 points today is crucial for both as they search for a top 5 spot come season's end. Adam Santarossa here with you in commentary. Let's look at the lineups. We'll start with the visitors, Manly United. Dylan Mitchell in goal for them, Kieran Paul, Travis Ortred, Sam Gallagher, Sam Wilson, Dom Ferguson, Brendan Chalakian, Adam Parkhouse, Scott Balderson, Charles Mendy and Brad McDonald completes their starting side. On the bench, Ryan Baker, Joseph Fox, Harry McCarthy, Dejan Pandirovic and Lewis Michio. The coach is Paul D. For Blacktown, largely unchanged from the side they've had in the last few weeks. Tristan Prendergast in goal for them. Daniel Collins, Yanni Spirakis, Grant Lynch, Matt Lewis, Joey Gibbs, Emmanuel Gonzalez, Lachlan Campbell, Dakota Askew, Adam Berry and Leroy Jennings completes their starting side. The bench for them, Dylan Niski, William Much, Mason Verzi, Josh Bartolotto and Dale Howarth. The coach, of course, is Mark Crittenden. Conditions out here at Lilyholme Stadium, 16 degrees is what is the alleged temperature, but it does feel much cooler than that. There is a high chance of rain as well. There's been some dark clouds lingering for much of the afternoon, about a 60% chance of rain over the next 2 hours, so we'll keep our eyes keenly on the skies above, and just as much as we will out here on the pitch for the next 90 minutes. As I mentioned, third versus fifth, there is plenty at stake here today in the context of the finals. 3 points would be massive for both in terms of their run home. Tim Danaskos is the man in the middle. He had a big game last week, Apia and Sydney United 58. And he's got another blockbuster to contend with here today at Lilyholme Stadium. Smallish crowd in, given the conditions. Very chilly Sunday afternoon. I'm sure plenty watching at home and around the world as we go, courtesy of the NPL New South Wales live stream. Just about set. Tim Danaskos gets us underway. Blacktown and Manly, third versus fifth. A big 3 points at stake here today. Blacktown get us underway. Joey Gibbs fighting hard for possession. Both sides so good defensively. Not expecting a heap of goals today. Blacktown just the 9th best in the league in terms of goals scored. Yet sit third on the table. They find a way to get results. Manly, another side that don't tend to bang in too many. Mendy fights for it, but has to concede the throw in the end. They themselves have just 21 goals this year. Manly, the third best defence. Blacktown, the second best defence in the competition. So that's why we're not forecasting too many. Should still be enthralling though. Here is Spirakis. He's going to go with the long ball. Try to find the run of Joey Gibbs, but Manly do enough to contend with that one. Here's Brad McDonald shrugging off his man, but can't find Parkhouse. Stray passes early. No real surprise. Players feeling their way into this one. Here is Sam Gallagher, man that's managed 2 goals this year from set pieces. We'll see him as a threat as the game continues. He just loses his footing, and almost Leroy Jennings, one of the fastest players out there. Now he's under pressure, Gallagher. Thought he'd just go to the safety of touch, but does so now. Campbell takes the throw. One of the most impressive for Blacktown in recent weeks, as is this man Gibbs, looking to get onto that left boot. Now opens things up. Gonzalez. Lewis can't track that one down. Chalakian fighting hard as he does. Here you see him putting the pressure on again. Campbell. Jennings had room, had time, but didn't get a call from his teammates. Parkhouse wins the battle. Chalakian, nice work from him. Balderson continued his run. That trio is so lethal when they can put it together. Now Collins just will switch things to Lewis. Lynch now for Blacktown. Combining well with Lewis. Nice build up. Do they have the end product? Gibbs chests it down well. This is where he can turn things on. Askew. Good delivery from him. Fires it in. Takes the deflection. Oh, Mitchell wasn't convincing. Somehow managed to keep that in and not concede a corner. Here's Balderson. First time we've seen Blacktown really put it together in the early stages. Do have to watch the pace that Manly have in that final third today. Charles Mendy, who spent some time with Blacktown. He's very quick, as is Parkhouse. Chalakian, no slouch as well. So watch them on the break. As Jennings goes without. McDonald pinches his pocket and hands it straight back. As Blacktown do. Neither side really respecting possession early on. Trying to feel their way into this one. Collins. Gonzalez has peeled off well. Touch was heavy. Works out anyway. Numbers in the middle. Gibbs is there. Gallagher beat him to it. Here is Adam Berry. He's going to pick out the run of Askew. Fires it across the face. Had a bit on that one. It's Blacktown that are doing the pressing though. Spirakis. Askew again. Can he whip in a dangerous ball? Come to the far post. Gonzalez going to try it. Mitchell has to dive down low. Gonzalez, though, didn't quite make the connection he probably wanted. Balderson skips past Collins. Here's Ortred. Going to go with the long ball. Try to find the run of Parkhouse. Of course, spent the last couple of seasons with the Wellington Phoenix in the A-League. Adam Parkhouse playing a different role there. Playing in an advanced row with those two I spoke about earlier, Chalakian and Balderson. Almost identical at times, Balderson and Parkhouse, it has to be said for a commentator. Here is Lewis. They're willing to change too, Manly, that front third. Get Chalakian on the last man. Parkhouse as well. Such a strength for them. Campbell. Nice vision. Gibbs needs support in the middle. Coming now. Cross could have been better. Haven't been dealt with by Manly. Now Campbell. One of their best this season. Been so impressive for Blacktown. Can he provide the service here? Not a bad ball in. Mitchell, though, off his line well. Game is fairly open for two sides that I talked up how good they are defensively, how little goals they do score. Not too much there for Jennings, and they can break through Chalakian. Manly gets lucky. Oh, was that in the area? Perhaps just on the edge. That's what Chalakian is screaming at referee Tim Danaskos about. Doesn't get a free kick. Danaskos was right on the scene, but I felt Chalakian was upended. May have made a bit of it. Mendy certainly fouled there as the challenges start to get quite meaty. Talking to for Collins as well. Both sides know just how important a win is today, given they do have some challenging runs home. Blacktown have to play Apia, Rockdale and Wollongong. All sides, of course, in the top 5. And likewise for Manly, their last 3 rounds of the season, they play Rockdale, Apia and Sydney United. So don't want to leave it too late to book their spot in the 5. Here's Mendy. An early goal will help their cause. McDonald going to try it. Cut out well though. Ferguson. Now Balderson. Bounce of the ball going with Manly. Chalakian thought he was in behind again. Doesn't want to give away a free kick. In the end, just a goal kick. Spirakis. Long ball from Adam Berry. Not what he intended. Gallagher under pressure, but did it well enough. McDonald getting on the ball early now, giving Parkhouse something to chase. He has got express pace, and Prendergast hasn't quite cleared it. Spirakis will do the job anyway. Good work, though, from McDonald to see the run of Parkhouse. Here's Wilson. Here's that man I spoke of, McDonald. See the hustle of Blacktown in midfield, though. Jennings goes without it, not for the first time in the opening 9.5 minutes here at Lilyholme Stadium. Living dangerously defensively was Ortred, but get away with it. They want more movement, Manly. The midfield not doing too much. Trying to move Blacktown around. Again, it's the long ball. Again, it's a run of Parkhouse. Flag goes up, though. Let's see what they're trying to do. Try and expose that match-up between Parkhouse and Collins. What it does do down that flank too, it does make Lachlan Campbell have to be accountable defensively, which means he can't get forward as he does like to do, and he has picked some impressive goals this season for a defender. Gibbs comes short. Jennings, good ball. This is nice from Blacktown. Into the area they go. Askew feeds it to Gonzalez. Huge chance. It should have been 1-0. Well, they worked it beautifully. It just lacked the end product. And Emmanuel Gonzalez, player of his quality, should do better. Here's a sign for Manly. Just how quickly Blacktown can put the passes together. They do, of course, miss Daniel Araujo, who generally is that creative spark in midfield. Well read from Lynch. Stood up, made the tackle. Needed to give the pass though. He's handed it back to Manly. Chalakian. Balderson. Chalakian's continued his run. Good vision from Balderson. Maybe too much for Mendy. In fact, keeps it in. He works in behind. Still there for Mendy. Numbers in the middle. They want offside. It's coming. Balderson this time. And for two sides that I said are more defensively minded, they're certainly creating opportunities in the first 12 minutes here at Lilyholme Stadium. If you are just tuning in, it is Blacktown 0, Manly 0. Adam Santarossa here with you in commentary. It's a busy afternoon across the competition. We'll try and keep you updated as best we can with the games happening elsewhere. Sun is shining at the moment. Lily-Holmes Stadium, first time today. Here's McDonald. Can't find Mendy. Lynch, Collins under pressure. Two Manly defenders on the scene. Works out anyway. Here's Spirakis. Collins goes with the long ball, but Manly have that well scouted. Gallagher almost handed it straight to Lachlan Campbell. For the first time they've been a bit shaky coming out off their own end. Some loose passes, but haven't paid a price just yet. Parkhouse had to be on his bike to keep that one in. There's McDonald, proving influential already. Blacktown doing a good job though of just slowing down their progression, getting numbers behind the ball. Mitchell. Well won by Mendy. Blacktown will win back the possession though. Campbell. Lynch driving forward. Try to find Gonzalez, but stretching in behind was McDonald. Parkhouse can stretch all he likes. He won't keep that one in. Good vision from Collins. Lewis kills it with the first touch. Good delivery too. Can't force a save out of Mitchell. Pretty entertaining first 15 minutes here at Lily-Holmes Stadium. Crowd is slowly starting to build as well. Plenty in Manly colours too, which is good to see them make the journey from the Northern Beaches out to Blacktown. Chalakian, too much on that one for Mendy. These two sides have met already this season at Cromer Park. It was Manly winning a goal to nil earlier this year in round 5. Adam Parkhouse, the goal scorer on that occasion, hopes to be the match winner again. And down there in Wollongong, the Wolves taking on Sydney Olympic. I can update you, it is 0-0 after 20 minutes there. A massive game for Olympic. If they want to have any hope of making the top 5, they need to get their run on. Here's Campbell. Can he provide the service? Cross isn't great, works out anyway. They will win the throw. Mentioned those runs home of both sides. Quite tricky. Meaning if you can nab all 3 points today, it will be a massive step to booking their place in the top 5. Last year we saw just a single point getting 5th spot. Askew. Numbers in the middle. Chance here for Blacktown, although queuing up. In the end, Manly had numbers in support to clear the danger. It's another warning sign, though, from Blacktown. Pressure is firmly on. Chance at the set piece. Gonzalez to take. Look for the runs of Lynch. Joey Gibbs too at the set piece of danger. Go to the far post. Well dealt with by Manly. Breakaway two here. Balderson. Parkhouse, Mendy and Chalakian streaming forward. Blacktown trying to get numbers in behind. Here is Chalakian. Parkhouse in the area he goes. Thought he might try and take on his man. does have the ability to bend it in with both feet. Manly's turn to fire a shot towards Blacktown. Balderson had 3 holding on to him. Loses possession. Both sides. Benches looking pretty comfortable so far. A real urgency between both managers, Mark Crittenden and Paul D. Can all change very quickly though. McDonald. Balderson beaten to it by Lynch. Blacktown can break away. Here's Gibbs. Jennings and Gonzalez queuing up in the box. Can he pick one of them out? Good ball again. Gibbs is there. What a save from Mitchell. Still there for Blacktown. And again, somehow it hasn't gone in. But credit the save of Dylan Mitchell. That was spectacular. And his defenders will be thanking him. Well, the rebound fell to Joey Gibbs and just couldn't quite bundle it over the line. Still the pressure maintains for Blacktown. Mentioned that stat earlier, they don't score a heap of goals, just the 9th best in terms of goals scored. I'll take them any way they come. Do they have a goal in them here? Mitchell saving. Still there for Blacktown. He has to be on his game again, the Manly keeper, to his credit. He's on song so far. Chalakian off and running. Looks up and has no support. Going to have to do it on his own. Jinking. Chalakian still there. Inside the area. Goes down. Not for the first time. Tanaskos was on the scene. And I have to say, didn't look like a heap of contact. We had 6 Blacktown players to beat. Brendan Chalakian, he very nearly did. Here is Balderson. Entertaining stuff. The first 20 minutes. Hasn't had a goal yet. You feel one is just around the corner. Chalakian try to link with Mendy. Sure enjoying this one, wherever you're watching. Here is Campbell now. Hasn't really injected himself as he normally does in an attacking sense. Got a job to do today on that man Parkhouse. Wins the header well though. Nice pace shown from Berry. It's in behind. Spirakis. Settle it for Lynch. Too much on that one. 2 defenders can't seem to work it out. Parkhouse, Chalakian, unmarked through the middle. Don't want to give him opportunities. Mendy. Base gets him in behind. Support coming too. Just that killer ball, letting them down at the moment, Manly. Chalakian, like to see him just go to goal when he's clear like that, rather than try to find that pass to Mendy. Just have a go. 7 goals this year. The best man to do it. Here's Ferguson. Again, they're in behind. Flag stays down on Wilson. Mendy's in the middle. That's the direction he goes. Spirakis clears with his header. Anywhere will do for Blacktown. Topsy-turvy. 22 minutes. Blacktown have had the better chances. They probably should have a goal. It's Manly, though, enjoying their best moments. Well, one in the air by Campbell. Berry. Now they've got them stretched. Jennings. Gonzalez is in space. Manly trying to retreat. Gonzalez. Will he go on his own? He will. Gonzalez. Deflected. Will be a corner. Again, they've had them stretched. Again, it's Gonzalez firing a shot on the Manly goal.
Blacktown City would like to thank its sponsors: LBF Concrete, Millar's Doors and Timber, Lily Homes, Astro Group, Marble Ceramics, and Tolson.
We chalk up another corner for Blacktown. Can it bring them the opening goal? Gonzalez to take. Dangerous ball again. Get another chance here. Goes in the same area. Great delivery once more. Jennings won the header. Couldn't direct it on target. Manly do need to sort themselves out defensively, not for the first time. Blacktown have won a header inside the area. Perhaps a sign of not everything going to plan at times here today for Manly. Mitchell puts that one straight over the sideline. It was tough splitting these sides last season. They exchanged 1-1 draws in their two matchups last year, both at Cromer Park and here at Lily Holmes Stadium. And in both of those games, Dylan McAllister got the goals for Manly. Fortunately for Blacktown, he's now an assistant coach and is on the bench and can't pull on the boots in 2019. Berry does well. Here's Askew. Has Campbell in support. Patient build-up from Blacktown. Nice work from Askew. Can he find the run of Gonzalez? Peeling off well, flags up. Haven't got a handle of Emmanuel Gonzalez so far. Don't discount Joey Gibbs. He has been a little bit quiet. Opening 25 minutes, but only needs half a chance, as does Parkhouse. Sparakis clears. Here is Gibbs fighting against three Manly players. Numbers of Manly win out. Ferguson. Get it back here, the central midfielder, looking for that ball forward. Try to open up Blacktown. Balderson. Parkhouse. Nice feet. Campbell has done a good job on him so far. Balderson turns straight into his man. Parkhouse wins it back. And they'll get the free kick, Manly. As Balderson clattered into Adam Berry. Blacktown man maybe a little unlucky to give away that free kick, but it has presented a chance to Manly. Be Brendan Chalakian to take. I have seen him score some spectacular free kicks. Probably too far out to do that here. Perhaps tee something up for the height of Charles Mendy. Here is Chalakian. Runners coming. Touch-on's a good one. It was Sam Gallagher. 2 goals already from the set piece, but Prendergast made a good save. Hasn't had a heap to do, the Blacktown keeper. What he has been asked to do, he's done well. Sparakis, again that long ball. Trying to isolate them out wide. Kieran Paul has a hell of a job to do this afternoon. Controlling both this man, Gonzalez, and Lewis. Try to get inventive, Gonzalez. Chalakian let it run. Blacktown are going to get the throw. Askew. Now Campbell. First time we've seen him driving forward. That touch was heavy. And it's going to go to Manly. Blacktown players not happy with that decision. Spirakis. Trying to pick a pass, the defender. Gonzalez. Gibbs. Did well to rescue that one. Askew. Try to find Berry, but still directed again. Manly, not for the first time. Clearance hasn't been great. Askew. Again, just finding room down this flank. Need to get tighter. Maybe we do need to see Parkhouse doing a bit more work defensively. Try to help out his defenders. Gibbs, well tackled by McDonald. Oh, they hand it straight back again. Kieran Paul this time. Jennings leaves it. And they get in each other's road. All a bit sloppy from both sides at times. Chalakian. Now Manly's turn to make something happen. Oh, Mendy rides the challenge well. Still has it. Nice feet from Mendy. Now looks to play the pass. Still going for Mendy. Going to pull the trigger. Charles Mendy. Good save from Prendergast. Well, it's the first time we've seen Mendy with the ball at his feet, driving at defenders. And that's Manly's best chance this afternoon. Good save again from the Blacktown keeper. Oh, he did well, didn't he, to firstly ride the challenge. And then nothing really coming in terms of runs from Chalakian and Parkhouse. So he said, I'll go myself. And it was a fingertip away from making it 1-0. Still there for Manly from the corner this time. They go near post. Balderson can't get his head on it. Here's Wilson. Hands it straight back. Now Berry. Again, that match-up between Kieran Paul and Gonzalez. Certainly isolated something. See a weakness, whether it's pace down there or tread. Nice work from Kieran Paul. Was fouled in the process. Free kick just relieves a bit of the pressure. .31.5 minutes gone. It has flown by here at Lily Holmes Stadium. We've had plenty of chances. Still no goals though. Blacktown 0, Manly 0. Adam Sansarossa here with you. Thanks for your company on this Sunday afternoon. Chalakian. His ball is cut out. Well, one in the air from Gallagher. Ferguson. Again, it's Mendy racing past Lewis. Into the area he goes. He's got support here. Parkhouse across the face. Great work in defence, though, Campbell. It looked like Parkhouse was going to win the race and simply tap it in, but the boot of Campbell did the job for Blacktown. And all of a sudden, now it's Manly in the ascendancy. That's that pace of Mendy once again. Chalakian to take. Goes far post this time. That's overhit. All comes to nothing. Well, for two sides that have the best defensive records outside of the competition leaders, the Wollongong Wolves, they have left themselves open at times defensively. Here's Jennings. Haven't seen too much out of him so far. One of those players that can really break a game open. Danaskos lets things run. Done a good job, I feel, so far of just managing this one. Nice feet from Collins. I'll get a free kick. Collins was taken down after he gave the pass. Now it's Blacktown's turn to make something happen at the set piece. See Dylan Mitchell trying to organise his defence. Blacktown have managed to find a free header at times so far. So Gonzalez over the ball. Look for Lynch, Campbell, Joey Gibbs as well. Seen him nod these home many a time. Gonzalez goes in that direction. More Manly though. Campbell does well, wins back possession. Still fighting hard, gets to the byline. Can he find a teammate? Not this time. It's so good this season, Campbell, for Blacktown. Really unheralded before the start of the season. Really made his name though. Numerous Team of the Week appearances. Certainly in that category again today with what he's done so far. Here's Gonzalez. 10 minutes remain before half time. Will we have a goal before we go to the break? Gallagher links with McDonald. Balderson trying to run off the shoulder of Spirakis. Mendy got fortunate. Chance to show his pace again. Loves to take them on, but stood up by Lynch. Free kick. Classic defending there from Lynch. Don't worry about the feet, just watch the ball. Here is Berry for Blacktown. Spirakis looked for that long ball again. Jennings. Has Campbell with him. He's with him now. Nice vision, opens things up. Collins driving forward onto that right boot. Going to try his luck. Collins all deflected. Oh, it was centimetres away. Mitchell forced to scramble. And just a corner, the end result. Well, we have come close a number of times today to a goal. Somehow it's still 0-0. They are riding their luck, aren't they, Manly? Gonzalez fires it to the far post. Good connection. Not the control, though, needed for Blacktown. Well, it's Dakota Askew, the man that got on the end of that one. Want a free kick, and they get one. Gonzalez wrestled to the ground by Kieran Paul that time. Here is Lynch. Lewis links with Gonzalez. Been worthwhile combination so far. Askew has support with Campbell. Trying to work onto that left boot. Put it in the middle. Can't find a teammate. And they're looking a little stretched defensively all of a sudden. Now they can counter on their own. Mendy. He's got the ball stuck under his feet. And he'll get out of it with a free kick. Wilson, Balderson, nice feet. Wanted a free kick, then Askos didn't agree. Has stayed down to Balderson, although looks a bit proppy getting to his feet. I have to say, he was a little hard done by. That was right by our commentary position. Might even get on the ball here. McDonald has Balderson in support. Parkhouse has Wilson overlapping. Nice vision to find him. Can he find a teammate in the area? Cuts it back. Direction of Chalakian, but well defended again by the home side. Balderson. Parkhouse. Campbell stood him up and won the ball. Now they've got numbers. Blacktown, if they can move it quickly. Askew trying to do that and pick out Gonzalez. That's a delightful ball, but Paul read it well. Managed to take enough of it to just take Gonzalez out of his stride. Concedes the throw in the end. We are racing to the halftime break. Has been good viewing. Chalakian did well to keep it in and find Balderson, and Chalakian couldn't do it that time, but will get a free kick. Mendy was caught napping. Balderson played it short to him. Fortunately, they retain possession. Still plenty of time to go in this one, but Dejan Pandurovic on the bench for Manly today. He will be a real X factor. I'm sure we'll see him get some involvement at some point. Parkhouse fighting with Campbell. Both men pulling the shirt of the other. That's why Danaskos says we'll play on. Balderson giving Mendy something to chase again. Doing a good job of it, and Lewis has to concede a corner. As much as Gonzalez is having joy in that matchup with Kieran Paul, same flank, it's Mendy. He's doing well against Matt Lewis. One of the more versatile players in this competition. Can really play anywhere, Matt Lewis. Forced to do a job defensively today. Blacktown have defensive duties to do here. Knocked on again. Oh, it was Gallagher. Not for the first time. Winning his header, and no one could put in the flick on. Well, you don't get any closer to a goal than what we've seen so far this afternoon. Both Good ball from Spirakis, giving Jennings something to chase. As I was saying, both of these sides, they don't score a ton of goals. Luck not really on either side today so far. Anyone that's followed this competition, though, you know things can change very, very quickly. Well, that's a spirited tackle from behind. From Joey Gibbs. What you'd call a forwards tackle. Askew goes without it. Ferguson. Chalakian. Parkhouse now. Chalakian's continued his run, but Spirakis wins it and wins the throw. He's a settling influence at the back, Spirakis. Well, as I say that, took a little long there. But he was such a feature for Sydney Olympic in his time there. Particularly when George Timotheou left the club. Jennings. Parkhouse can't keep that one in. So we are almost there. We wait to see how much time is in store from the fourth official. No real stoppages to think of, so maybe just a minute. Gonzalez off and running. Will this sit up for him? Flag goes up instead. Mitchell was across in cover anyway. Long ball, the option again for Manly. Mendy fighting hard with Lewis, but defender won it. Or at least enough of it to get possession back for his side. Spirakis hands it to McDonald. Final seconds of our first half. We'll have 1 minute of time added on. Kieran Paul goes forward. Going to go to goal, Kieran Paul. Prendergast behind it, saving well. Is there one final chance to take us to the break? Been a lonely afternoon for Joey Gibbs. Hasn't had too much possession in front of goal. Spirakis. Collins. Long ball again. Now Mendy have to do some defensive duties. Lewis has it. Gibbs lays it off for Collins. Final chance of the half, you feel. Campbell's delivery is good. Flickon's a good one. Oh, Gibbs fires it home. Well, I was just saying, he's hardly seen possession. First chance in front of goal. He makes it 1-0. And they have been knocking on the door. And finally, they get their reward on the stroke of half-time. And it's come from a wide area again. Campbell's delivery. And Joey Gibbs, he's not going to miss from there. And he has yet another goal this season. And that is half-time. So what a time to strike in the final seconds of the half. A half that presented a multitude of chances for both. Blacktown finally grab it. And at half-time, courtesy of a Joey Gibbs goal, it is Blacktown City FC 1. Manly United 0.
Please welcome to the pitch the under 8s and 9s, two Gabby Demons from the Granville District Football Association.
in the middle. Manly just making their way out from the dressing rooms. It was a half of many chances for both sides. Blacktown probably shaded it in terms of the amount of chances, but fortunately Joey Gibbs, who did have a quiet half, didn't see a lot of opportunities. He did his job in pouncing when one presented, and he has proven the difference so far. We will keep you updated with the game in progress elsewhere down there at WIN Stadium, Wollongong and Sydney Olympic. Of course, there's a full round of games to complete the weekend as well, and you're perfectly placed to see all of it. NPL New South Wales Facebook and YouTube of Football New South Wales if you want to see all the action concluding, or should I say when this game concludes. There'll be plenty more football action for you to enjoy throughout the evening. And if we get a second half like we had the first, this one will prove entertaining. It is Wollongong 0, Sydney Olympic 0 in that game at WIN Stadium, just having started the second half there, as we are about to do here at Lily Holmes. Dylan McAllister, some last minute instructions for Adam Parkhouse. So, second half underway. Manly doing the honours, and they will need to fight from a goal down to take something home from Lily Holmes Stadium. Balderson can't quite link with Parkhouse. They did have their chances of their own, but it was Dylan Mitchell, certainly the busier of the two keepers, and he put off some fantastic saves to deny Blacktown, but just couldn't deny Joey Gibbs from point-blank range, really, in the final kick of the first half. Gibbs beats out Ferguson, but has to concede the throw. Does have a lonely role at forward at times, Joey Gibbs, but when he's presented with a chance, 9 times out of 10, he does tend to take it. It's Manly trying to create something. Turning is Chalakian. Nice work, Chalakian. Right idea on the right boot. Just couldn't quite force a save from Prendergast. Always looks like something's going to happen when Chalakian has the ball at his feet. Spirakis goes with the long ball. McDonald has numbers forward. Ferguson. Paul has them stretched. Mendy. And a couple of opportunities. The Frenchman in the first half couldn't capitalise on them. Gonzalez hands it back to Ferguson. Can he find someone in the middle? Prendergast read it well. Berry combines well with Askew. Still they play on. Now he'll look for a runner. Finds Gonzalez. He'll look to jink onto that right boot. Still there for Gonzalez. Well, gets lucky with the turn. Gonzalez off the post. Still there. It's 2-0 now. In fact, the flag is up. Well, just when you felt fortune was going to be well and truly on their side. Got lucky with the turn, Gonzalez. Bounce of the ball off the post to the feet of Jennings. Linesman flag denied them, going 2-0 up. Well, they scored in the final seconds of the first half, very nearly. 2 minutes into the second. Coach killers, both of them. Here is Lynch. Lewis. Numbers to go to in the middle. Mendy got a touch on it. Lynch fighting hard. There's 1 or 2 times today Blacktown have just been quickest to react. Showing they want it that little bit more at times. Jennings. Already been involved a lot more. Start of this second half. Spirakis. Go the switch to Gonzalez. Well cut out though from Paul. Good composure too to take the touch and steady himself. Has handed it back to Blacktown. Askew. He's fouled. So it's a chance again for Blacktown to make something happen. If they can find a second, life gets that much harder for the visitors. Gibbs, didn't see it coming, still there. Flag stays down. Last off Gibbs, so he has to try to keep it in. Berry. Now Lewis. Worked out anyway. Not the most convincing switch of play, but found his man in the end. Jennings. Campbell. Loves to get forward. Great pass too. Here's a chance. Side netting for a moment. Thought Adam Berry had slipped that one past Mitchell. Once again, a sign that Blacktown, since half-time, well and truly in control. That goal has really given them command. Manly on the ropes a little bit. Don't want to concede another. Blacktown don't give away too many goals, as we've seen this season. Second best defence in the NPL New South Wales. Manly win the throw. Spirakis gets the better of Balderson. Mortret stepped up and saw off the challenge of Gibbs. Left a foot in there, had to win the ball, which he did. Adam Berry didn't like the challenge, but Danaskos was right there. Chalakian trying to open things up. That's a good ball, finding Parkhouse. Only Balderson in the middle. Has he won a corner? No. Goal kick. Well defended again by Blacktown. Campbell once more. You start to think, when will both sides look to the bench? Mentioned in that first half, Dejan Pandurovic is an option. Lewis Michio as well. Scored a double a fortnight ago against Mount Druitt. Whereas for Blacktown, Mason Verzi, William Much as well. Expect them to see some minutes. Certainly intriguing stuff this afternoon. Lewis. Spirakis. Nice control from Askew, but just run out of real estate. If you are just tuning in, it's a Blacktown goal from Joey Gibbs. It's the difference. The final seconds of the first half. Manly had their chances too. No arguing, Dylan Mitchell has been the busier keeper. Blacktown very nearly could have been 2-0. They had a goal disallowed for offside. They need to remain in charge of this game by adding to their lead. Gonzalez will win a throw. Kieran Paul doesn't like the decision. Lewis can't link with Gibbs. Well done from Collins. Under the pressure of Chalakian. Used his body well to just shield it from the Manly number 10. It should be a Manly throw. In fact, it goes to Blacktown. Jennings couldn't beat 2, but Campbell did better. Berry. Surging run forward. Oh, Jennings, was he checked off it? Blacktown fans calling for a free kick. Well kept in by Askew. Still it's Blacktown on the attack. Gibbs, inventive. Couldn't link with Jennings. Look at the hustle from Blacktown. Not giving Manly a moment to settle on the ball. Parkhouse. Bounce of the ball goes to Blacktown. Been the story of the day. Spirakis' ball's a good one. Gonzalez wins the header. Mitchell forced to backtrack and save again. Well, that long ball, it's usually in previous seasons been Cancross providing it. Blacktown have numbers here in behind. Chance for a second. Gonzalez overhit from Gibbs. Flags up. It was 4-on-2. And they just couldn't get it to work. As I was saying, previous years, Blacktown, Zach Cancross, really feature of their game was his long ball. Well, Yanni Spirakis has taken up that mantle in 2019. And it's a real credit to Blacktown this year. They've had so many people depart the club. Still third place. Expected to play finals again this year, but they can hold on to 3 points today. It'll be a massive step towards assuring them a spot in the top 5. Manly want to change that though. Chalakian, room to move, gets back on the left, inside the area. Support there too. Parkhouse, deflected. Prendergast keeps it in. No, he doesn't. It'll be a corner. Just couldn't quite find the room to shoot there, Chalakian. They still have a result out of it anyway. Haven't really provided anything of note from the corner so far. What can Chalakian do this time? Good delivery again. Dangerous area. Gallagher again the target. All the way back to Dylan Mitchell they go. McDonald. Mendy looks up and he'll see 5 Blacktown defenders. Right idea from McDonald. Try to play the perfect pass to Parkhouse. Chalakian. That's Blacktown Tyre. I think we'll see both he and Parkhouse get more involved. See Manly. The talk is move them around, keep the movement going, tire out this Blacktown defence. Prendergast under pressure. Ferguson. Mendy. Chance to run forward. He touched, let him down. Gonzalez. Great work from the striker to get back in cover. Don't want to ride their luck too much, though. Trying to play out from the back, Blacktown. Again, it's that long ball. Leroy Jennings can't keep it in. Just a reminder, you can see all the games live in 2019. Exactly where you're watching this one. NPL New South Wales Facebook, Football New South Wales YouTube. Not only in the men's one competition, but also the under-20s and the women's. What a final few weeks we have, racing towards round 22. And then the finals to come. There are some big announcements to come too in the coming weeks regarding the finals. So stay tuned for that. All eyes on this one at Lily Holmes Stadium as Blacktown try to find their way to a second, give themselves a bit more comfort. Balderson, Chalakian, Parkhouse. Looks to combine again. Trio deadly, but Blacktown have them covered. Again, Paul knows his duties defensively. Had to win it, Paul. Did a great job of doing so. Now Ferguson. Could have released Mendy, but just wanted to settle. Still no movement on either bench as we tick to the hour mark. Spirakis, nice control shown. Gibbs bodied off it. Kieran Paul, well, he just try on his own. He's still going, the defender, still surging forward. Nice link there, Paul. Just couldn't quite get the ball to set. Inside the area, unfamiliar territory for him. Probably the right idea to just go on his own rather than link with Balderson. Here is Paul. Mendy. Ferguson now. Aldred. I'm going to throw. In fact, Blacktown have it. Nice work again from Gonzalez. Well, linesman and referee disagree. Taken quickly. Numbers in the middle. Mendy had the time to whip it in first time, but let Lewis retreat. And still Blacktown not happy with that decision. Paul, delivery's good. Prendergast though, off his line against. Made some crucial saves so far today, Prendergast. We are really spoiled in terms of keeper quality in this competition, aren't we? Dylan Mitchell too, brilliant save to deny them. They've handed it back though, unlike Grant Lynch. Mendy, can he make them pay? Will he go on his own? Onto the left, back to the right. Mendy opens up here for Parkhouse. Just couldn't quite make the connection, could he? And Prendergast still had to save. Had it well covered though. Certainly a moment Adam Parkhouse will probably want again. Not for the first time. Manly a little bit gun-shy in front of goal. Mendy and Chalakian rather play the pass than just try their luck. If you're just tuning in, it is Blacktown 1, Manly United 0. Joey Gibbs the difference. Game has tightened up a little in the second. Not quite the chances we saw in that first 45. Manly did prevail by a goal to nil in the game earlier this season at Cromer Park. Adam Parkhouse got the winner on that occasion. Can he have an influence on the result this time? Time enough for them to do it. Chalakian. McDonald. Thought he was fouled. Parkhouse. Numbers forming for Manly. Chalakian with it. Kieran Paul playing a more advanced role. Last few moments. Delivery. Not a bad one. Oh, Prendergast forced to scramble. Paul probably caught in two minds in the end. Nearly snuck in on the back post. We are going to get a change. First of the afternoon, and it's going to be Manly, and it's going to be Adam Parkhouse to make way. And Dejan Panjurovic to come on. So, I mentioned his name earlier. He can prove a real X factor. A little bit surprised to see him on the bench today, but when you do have a front trio of Mendy, Chalakian and Parkhouse, it is a competition for spots. Ortred. Free kick given to Blacktown. We wait to see if Mark Crittenden responds with a change of his own. Often see Mason Verzi come on at this time. Collins, too much. Pandurovic, his first touch today.
Substitution for Manly, coming off number 11, Adam Parkhouse.
Mendy, he switched flanks. Pandurovic will play on the right. Mendy on the left. They'll win a corner. Don't know if Parkhouse maybe picked up a knock or just not firing as he usually does today. Lachlan Campbell did do a good job on him, it has to be said. Anyway, it's Manly with a chance at the set piece to find an equaliser. They've had their moments, no goals as yet. All Blacktown there. Will come to Ferguson on the follow-up. Pandurovic fight on with Lewis. McDonald has had some different looks. Dejan Pandurovic in recent years had the headgear after having that head knock last couple of years. Flowing ponytail for 2019. Trying to find Mendy, but well cut out. Blacktown off and running. Only Emmanuel Gonzalez forward for the moment, but support's coming. Gibbs has the ball. Askew. Berry in the middle. Gonzalez there too. Too much on that one. And all comes to nothing in the end. Did mention the runs home are challenging for both of these sides. That's why 3 points today is massive in the context of the top five and the finals placings. Well, McDonald has to be good there. He's probably given away a free kick. Danasco's put the whistle to the mouth, but Wade play on. Gibbs, chance for him to drive at defenders, going forward. Links well with Jennings. Now Berry going to try it. Dylan Mitchell comfortable in saving. Oh, Joey Gibbs, unselfish. Probably the wrong option. Just looking at those runs home. Blacktown City have games against Apia, Rockdale and the Wollongong Wolves to come. While Manly United, they also play Rockdale and Apia. They also play Sydney United 58. They are their last 3 games of the season, so they want to be well and truly in the top 5 come the last 3 weeks, because that is a tough run home, particularly with some of those games not at Cromer Park. So they'll have to do it on the road. Chalakian. Balderson just felt the wrong time. Paul did well. Been much better this second half, getting forward. No doubt instructions at half-time. Balderson, nearly set up for Pandurovic. I thought they were hard done by. You see the cries of Balderson. Blacktown on the attack though. Can they rub some salt into the wound? Maybe some fortune there with the pass. Mendy. Ferguson, man on here, the cry. Pandurovic. Can he invent something? Onto the right he goes, into the area. Has support too. 3 Blacktown defenders on the scene. Lovely work from Pandurovic. Kieran Paul. Well, cross needed to be better. Well, it's proving quite a cameo already for Pandurovic, and we are going to get a change. It's going to be Blacktown this time. It's going to be Emmanuel Gonzalez to make way.
Substitution for Blacktown City, coming off number 11.
And Dale Howarth to come on.
Number 16, Dale Howarth.
So Gonzalez had some opportunities in that first half. Couldn't find a goal, but did some nice work defensively to help out his teammates. He will check out as the clock ticks past 70 minutes. So Howarth gets a chance. Expect to see Mason Verzi at some point as well. Chested down, can only find Lynch. He's going to become a busy few weeks for Manly United. I mentioned that run home. Compounding things is they are also in the FFA Cup round of 32, and there's Waratah Cup games to play as well. A very busy few weeks. Did play midweek in that elimination final against Mount Druitt, so entirely as fresh as they'd want to be. Parkhouse. Gibbs peels off well. Berry. Askew. Onto the left he goes. Still there for Collins. Still Blacktown applying the pressure. Not quite sitting on their 1-0 lead. Not quite as attacking as we saw in that first half. Leroy Jennings. Can he impact the game? Into the box he goes. Too much on that one. Does let himself down at times with his execution. Intelligent there from Berry. Joey Gibbs. Using his body well to keep possession. Rides the challenge of numerous Manly defenders. Lewis. Here's Howarth. Was he fouled from Paul? No, says referee Danaskos. Chalakian. Got away with it. Just tuning in. It is Blacktown 1, Manly United 0. Fastly approaching the last quarter of this one at Lily Holmes Stadium. Coming in, it was Blacktown in third spot, Manly in fifth, just a point between them. So if they can hold on here, it's a massive step for Blacktown in terms of assuring a top 5 spot. Still plenty of time to go in the season, but 3 points, particularly over a side, just in that mix as well. So vital. Oh, Lynch doesn't want to risk things here. He's done exactly the opposite. Pandurovic, can they make them pay? Manly, Balderson. Oh, he fires it straight at Prendergast. Well, they get off Blacktown with that one. Hearts fluttering around Lily Holmes all of a sudden. Here's Mendy. Wants support. Comes to Chalakian. Turns into the Blacktown wall. Well done again in midfield from Blacktown. Lewis. Howarth working it well together. But as I say that, the final pass from Berry just broke down. It's one of those games. Blacktown have failed to kill off Manly in this second half. They've had their moments. And you see Gibbs wanting to just slow things down, eke out the seconds. Just they're in control. They have the lead. Askew controls it well to Collins. Campbell. Jennings turning well. Still there with it. Only Gibbs and Howarth in the middle. So we start again through Lynch. Askew penned in on that sideline. Campbell couldn't find a pass. Berry cleaned up, but once again, just breaks down. So inside the final 15 of normal time. Manly, can they rescue something? Both times they played in 2018, it was a 1-1 draw. We see similar this afternoon. Lynch again, not assured defensively. Here is Ortred now. Gallagher all the way back to Mitchell. Long ball, splitting ball, trying to find Chalakian. Have to find a way to get him on the ball in and around that 18-yard box. He's their leading scorer this season. Will it be Pandurovic to pull the trigger? Not a bad ball into Balderson, but Spirakis again won the header. Not quite frantic from Manly, but they know time is against them. Clock fastly running out for them. Pandurovic. Chance to drive forward again. Paul gets in behind, but well done in retreat from Howarth. Has to concede the corner though. There's no real surprise what direction they'll go from the corner. Gallagher 2 or 3 times today is Rose highest and try to head on goal. Has 2 from the set piece. The number 5. Look for him once again. Pandurovic to take. Goes to the far post this time. Chalakian was there. Crumbs 4. Still there for Manly. Whipped back in. Pandurovic will just settle for the throw. Balderson works it well with Pandurovic. Try to stand up Howarth and win another corner. Looks as though Manly preparing another change. So take 2 for Pandurovic. Can they finally find the back of the net and unlock this Blacktown defence. Bobbing around, Chalakian wants handball, not dealt with, still there, McDonald. And he fires it high over the bar. And they are going to make their second change. It's going to be McDonald to make way, that man, so his last touch. So McDonald, who had a good first half, sort of drifted out of it in the second. Joseph Fox, the man to replace him for the final 12 or so minutes. Good win in the air from Collins, not for the first time today. Howarth, chance to see what he can do in attacking sense. Into the area he goes, across the face. Gibbs was there, still there though for Blacktown. Good feet. Across the face again. Another try. Howarth puts it in this time. Good delivery. Mitchell scrambling. It was an important touch. He got to it. Jennings on the scene though. They are riding their luck at times, Manly. Well, if they can find a second, Blacktown will surely be enough. While it remains 1-0, Manly still have a hope. Lewis looks for the run of Gibbs. For to Askew. Mendy doesn't want to give away a foul. Just keep him there, going nowhere. Foul goes to Mendy, in fact. Well, when does the message come from Mark Crittenden? Let's hold what we have. Doesn't look like they've made that decision just yet. We have seen teams rue some late goals conceded in previous years. Marconi were one of those sides last year, missed the finals by a point. A handful of games where they conceded in the final few moments. Can all come back to bite at the end of 22 rounds. Chalakian. Good vision. Finds Mendy. He's offside though. Can see some of the Blacktown players, body language starting to feel it perhaps. Fairly open first 45. So Sparakis will just send this one long. Direction of Askew. Was he fouled? Yes, he was. Blacktown not in a great hurry to get a move on. Looks as though they're going to make a change too. So it's Manly who need to get organised defensively. Blacktown find a second and just give them that breathing room. Delivery's good again. Gibbs the target, wins it in the air. Oh, Mitchell. He had to backtrack. Good save again, and Joey Gibbs hasn't been too involved today, but when he has been presented with a chance, certainly does make it count. It's Manly, though, looking to find a goal at the other end. Chalakian. Nice feet. Balderson chopped down. Free kick. Right on the edge of the 18. And this is prime position for that man with the ball in hand, Brendan Chalakian. And this is an invitation. Certainly seen him score goals from this kind of range. Important goals too. They will will this one in. Over the northern side of Sydney. Those watching. Prendergast forming. This is a six-man wall. Huge moment. First real clear-cut chance Manly have had in this second half. Can they make it count? It's their leading scorer. Here is Chalakian to take. Always going over. Not a bad connection, but just couldn't get it to dip. And Blacktown are going to make that second change now. It's going to be Lachlan Campbell to make way. Another fine shift from him today. Up against Adam Parkhouse.
Substitution for Blacktown City, coming off number 12, Lachlan Campbell, to be replaced by number 15, Mason Versey.
And Mason Versey will come on, so that will force a little bit of a reshuffle. Versey, more of an attacking player. Probably not your traditional change at 1-0. Such as their versatility in their ranks. They can tinker. Flag goes up, importantly on Balderson. Not a bad finish too, but he's another that's been frustrated today. He hasn't had too many opportunities, too many sights on goal. As we tick into the final 5 minutes of normal time, Manly going to make another change. Paul D trying to rescue something. He knows how important every single point is as we race to the finals. Pandirovic rode the challenge well. Inventive from Balderson to win it, but gave away a free kick. It's been well managed this game. No cards as yet. And that third change is coming. It's going to be Wilson to make way for Manly. And Harry McCarthy to come on.
Manly, coming off number 7, Sam Wilson, to be replaced by number 9, Harry McCarthy.
So all three changes made. McCarthy a striker. So there's a signal of their intentions for the next 4 minutes of normal time at least. Throw everyone forward. Try to find one, if not more. Here is McCarthy. Win a throw. McCarthy again, wasting little time getting involved. Gallagher. Mendy. Balderson the target in the middle. Mendy, nice turn. Still there for him. Cuts it back. No corner. Goal kick. So breaks down again. Sometimes you just got to get that cross in. As Blacktown look like they're preparing their final change. Won't be a heap of stoppage time either. We had just a minute in the first half. Wouldn't expect too much more of that here in the second. As Balderson gets fortunate, bounce of the ball goes his way. Cries a handball given. So here's another opportunity. Almost smack bang from where we saw Chalakian last time. That one just went over the bar. Will he try it again, or will Dejan Pandirovic eye this one off? So it is going to be Pandirovic. How badly do they need this to try and rescue something? 2 minutes. It was Blacktown a fortnight ago here. Joey Gibbs won it in the 88th minute. Well, fortunes change at Lily Holmes. Pandirovic to take again. They are packing the wall. Here is Pandurovic. Good connection again, but almost identical to Chalakian. Just couldn't get it to dip. And there'll be no great hurry from Blacktown to restart us again. Ball boys just managed to find the ball from Chalakian. Now they're off and running again for that one from Pandurovic. So we tick into the final minute of normal time. Blacktown holding on to a slender lead. Manly putting the pressure on. Balderson fighting hard. Was he checked out of it? No, he wasn't. In fact, in Ascos rules, he was the one fouling. A few more precious seconds come off that clock. So they will just send it long. Well one in the air too. Almost fell to the feet of Gibbs. Jennings. Nice control. Howarth. Message would be just go to the corner flag if nothing's on. Pandurovic read it well, but Howarth has it. In fact, it's Berry, and that's exactly where he goes. Got a nudge too, but they'll take the throw. So the fourth official will say 3 minutes of time added on.
The official has indicated that there will be a minimum of 3 minutes of added time.
Well, they have made plenty of subs, so that equates for most of that time. And Balderson will get the first card of the day. It's Grant Lynch. Bit of push and shove. Don't want to get things boil over too much late on. And just the yellow. And just the talking to for both sets of players, perhaps, just to calm things. No doubt a bit of frustration in that for Balderson. They are two sides that have tussled in some big games in recent years, not only in finals, but also Waratah Cup competitions and FA Cup as well. So they have quite the rivalry, and Dom Ferguson's going to see yellow too. Maybe for a bit of talk after the fact. It's all helping Blacktown eke out some seconds off the clock. Final moments here at Lily Holmes. Do Manly have a goal in them? They've come close, but really it's been Blacktown who have created the better opportunities. Guilty of squandering some of them though. Chalakian. Anywhere will do for Blacktown. Thumped forward. Well, one in the air by Lynch. Jennings composed. Blacktown running away. Verzi with it. Will he go on his own? Standing up, his man into the area. Brilliant from Verzi. Oh, would have been some finish. Had support too. Chose to go on his own very nearly. Forcing a good save out of Mitchell once again. It's a Blacktown throw, so no great hurry. Here is Joey Gibbs. Too many players to contend with. Mendy. Chalakian working deep. Look at the watch from Danaskos. We are almost there. Certainly lived up to the billing. Third verse fifth, I should say, going in. An early taste of finals football. It has been. entertaining, no doubt. There, one final chance for Manly. Lewis snuffs it out. Howarth off and running. Blacktown have the advantage too. Howarth powering past Paul. Still there. Across the face. Jennings couldn't get on the end of it. Time surely almost up here. You can hear the wolf whistles around Lily Holmes. They want to hear the final whistle. Jennings does well. Can't win the race for that one though. And there you have it. Full time at Lily Holmes Stadium. Enthralling stuff across the 90 minutes. But it's another golden goal for Joey Gibbs that proves the difference. He is the star striker again. Didn't see that many opportunities in front of goal, but he did take one when it mattered on the stroke of half-time. It was enough to take 3 points home, and what a 3 points that could prove at the end of the 22 rounds. It's Blacktown who will celebrate full-time here at Lily Holmes Stadium. It is Blacktown City FC 1, Manly United 0.